Massive goal from Kuzminik, but what a bit of play it was from Dmitry Popov.
Oh, yes!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Corners of Europe Challenge, and welcome back to Shakhtar, where in today's episode we are going to be starting the season, which I have declared will be the one, hopefully, fingers crossed, where we finally win the Champions League. Off the back of that Champions League final, which we played in just over a year ago now, 2 seasons ago, where we lost out, unfortunately, in the final moments of that game. I said 2 years' time, and I think we can go on and win it, and that is the start of that second year where we'll try and go on and win it. Last year, knocked out in the quarter-final stage, very, very unfortunately, but this year we are ready to go, and I am confident that we will be in with a good shot of trying to win this Champions League. Now, it has been the transfer window, obviously, it still is the transfer window, and we still have quite a long time to go with this new season starting very, very early in, compared to other calendars. We've got 35 days until August the 1st, or it might be, I don't know what or September the 1st, I mean, I don't know how, when the transfer window closes, it maybe a little bit later, whatever it is. We have got we've had a very quiet transfer window. One signing and one player leaving. The player who we've brought in, Lucho, as he was at the end of his contract. 33-year-old Italian international, can play at left back for us. He's just a bit of a rotation option with lots of experience at Napoli, a team who we played against a number of times and have beat a number of times overall. Got a bit hefty on the wage bill, but not a bad player to go and sign at this point. And then we have brought in Craig Harvey. He's left us. We brought him in a few years ago. He's gone and left us now to Al Ahly, as you can see there. 30 years of age, never really broke into the main team. And we managed to take 19 million. We brought in 19 million for his departure. So it was nice to have him in the squad. Didn't really break in, and overall he gets a move to Saudi there, as you can see. So quite a quiet transfer window so far. There's players who are looking to bring in. We have quite a lot of money that I've managed to kind of generate from player sales, stuff like that. One player is going to be leaving us actually is Yershov. If we go and take a look here, Eldar Yershov is underbid from Liverpool. He's going to be going over there with our new left back options and a few players one player who you'll be very familiar with, who's going to be hopefully returning by next episode, or maybe even in this episode, means that he has to go and leave the. I mean, I'm happy to let him go. It's not he doesn't have to, but he is going to go and leave the club to Liverpool, and overall a very, very good move for him there. So today we've got 2 games coming up. We've got the first in the league against LNZ Cherkazy. Then after that, the Super Cup final against Dnipro. 2 good games. We've started the season well. A Yaroslav Shevchenko hat-trick in his first game. Of course, he does. 189 league goals from him. The current record holder is actually Kuzminik, who's on 199. So if he was to score in these next few games, he would break 200 league goals and would have the record, which he already does. Would be able to get a few more. He got 6 goals, 3 assists in pre-season. We had a 3-1 win away against Liverpool, a 0-0 draw at the Metropolitano, and then a 14-0 win in the under-19s game, which was very, very impressive from us there. Lind with a hat-trick. Did he get? Yeah, he did get a hat-trick. Jean with a hat-trick, and we also had Kuzminik with 5 goals. It's also been the World Cup this year, which was nice to see. Loads of our boys go over. Spain managed to make the final once again, but unfortunately missed out on winning this time. You will remember they won it 4 years ago, and a load of our players were there. It wasn't meant to be this time, but it was nice to see them get there. And then in the third place playoff, Ukraine managed to pick up a bronze medal. Shevchenko scoring in that game. Rysakov was there. What's his name? Lebedev was there. Kuzminik was not there, but I guess he's done his service and he won that Euros, so he can't complain really. And then anyone else of interest, quarter final, Italy were there, so Lucho was there. Yeah, no one else really. I mean, where were Colombia? Colombia were playing. Yeah, Colombia were knocked out by Ukraine, so Cambindo was knocked out by the country where he plays in. Overall, a pretty quiet summer to summarise, but it's a big season and we're going to get it underway here against LNZ Cherkazy. So the team for this game against Cherkazy starts with McGonnell in goal. We've got a backline of Cambindo, Lozano, Kozhevnikov and Cortazar, Linden, Palladino in the middle, and then a front four of Rodrigo, Rudenko, Kuzminik and Shevchenko. Kick-off here in this game against Cherkazy. The kind of aim for us in this, I guess, transfer window now is just to bring in another centre-back. We've got the money. We have like 90 million to bring in that centre-back, and we've been looking. But I think the thing with me, I said this before, is to have patience. Just wait until the last maybe week before making any offers, because it's enough time to get that signing over the line. This team is, they've had their fair share of morale issues with wanting to leave, but I guess we just have to hold out and hope it passes, as Shevchenko already on his fourth goal of the season. Of course he does, and he makes it 1-0 here. We need to start as we mean to go on. We're straight into that league phase tomorrow. We've got we don't have to play a playoff. It's just straight in. Hopefully we get good games, and I think this team is ready. I think we were very unlucky against Manchester City to not get a result, but I think we are ready. We can beat these big teams. RB Leipzig won last year's final, and I'll show you how they won it actually and who won it for them in particular. You will be. I think when you see the score, you'll be shocked, but when you see who won it for them, you will be just as shocked as well. If we go to the final here, it was a 2-1 win, and the winning goal came from, if I'm fairly, yeah, there, as you can see, Mancini, if you remember him, in the 95th minute. If you don't, I'll get into that in a second, but if we take a look here, Newcastle were in that final, who we would have played in the next round if we'd have got through. So Newcastle went 1-0 up, and then there was a goal, an equaliser for RB Leipzig. 95th minute, Alessandro Mancini, who used to be a Shakhtar player, did one season with us. He scored a last-minute penalty. Of course he did. Why wouldn't he? And he won the Champions League for RB Leipzig once again. So I guess they're the team to fear. Newcastle as well, doing very, very well. But apart from that, unless we play them, they are teams who we've not obviously we played RB Leipzig, but that's when they were not as good as they are now. I guess not reigning champions, and we have played Newcastle quite a few years ago though when they were not competing. We've not played these two teams in knockout football in a while, or even we haven't played Newcastle at all in knockout football. So when it comes to playing them, inevitably when we play these tough teams, we'll have to see how it goes. But I think this team is an elite team that we've built. We've got some elite players. We just need morale to go back up over the next few weeks. When the transfer window closes, but that will all come in the league phase. Top eight is where we need to go. Aim for 18 points ideally would be nice, but I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to just see how it goes. But I think we can do it this year. We bring in that centre back, and we have an elite team. I think maybe the tactic could do with a little bit of a change in terms of. I think we need to be a little bit more conservative on the ball. And there's a kind of stigma, I think, especially when I think about it, that having the ball means you can't play kind of creative, free-flowing football. And I don't think that's the case. I think it's something I need to remove. I need to, having the ball, you can do whatever you want with it when you have it. But I think I'm just being a little bit more conservative in the midfield, utilising this 4-4-2 shape that we have, where we can set up these lines that we make. I think it's definitely something that we need to consider implementing into the tactic, and it's definitely one thing that I probably should be looking into doing. I mean, we're playing a balanced tactic here, balanced mindset from the off, which has clearly benefited us because we are all over this Cherkazy team here, as you can see. But I think we just need to we need to ease into the season. Make sure we don't pick up any injuries. Ideally, we don't want to go too harsh on these boys. They don't get the break until January, which is their main break. But even then, they have league games and stuff because the break has not been adjusted in Football Manager, which is a bit annoying. And I think we have to see how it goes. But I think this I've got a sense that this could be the year where we finally go on and win that Champions League trophy. But I said it would be the toughest job to come to. If it's not this year, then we'll have to see. But we're only 2 years behind. Remember, it took us 4 years behind in Tromsø, and the moments we made absolutely incredible. Shevchenko for his hat trick. He makes it 3-0 here. 2 hat tricks, 2 games. What a performance from him. He's in his prime at this point in his career. Probably, I mean, he's always in his prime. He cannot stop scoring. 29 years of age, about to turn 30 years of age. He has developed into an incredible player in the time that we've seen him. He's been a mainstay in this team, and now he has got himself a first half hat trick. We need similar from him going into these Champions League games. Big performances required from him and from all these boys. We need them to come together and unite and win this trophy. I mean, players have been saying they want to leave to go to clubs who can win the Champions League. I don't understand how they don't realise we are a club who can win the Champions League. We're in the best 8 clubs in all of Europe. Shevchenko for 4. He's just put it offside there. He's just put it wide and he was offside there. We are a team. We're one of the best 8 teams in all of Europe in the last 5 years. We've made quarter-final, semi-final, final, all these results. I don't get what they see in these other clubs that we literally have done better than in the last 5 years. I really don't. I guess we just have to let them believe that and then go on and win it. Shevchenko for 4-0. He cannot stop scoring. He is absolutely everywhere. 7 goals in 2 games. His 250th goal for Shakhtar Donetsk, as you will have seen there in the bottom. I don't know why it says it doesn't show you in career stats his all-time goals, but that is his 250th goal for Shakhtar Donetsk. That's incredible. How many Champions League goals has he got as well? Let's take a look. So, where are we? Continental 6 there, 17 there. That's when he won the Golden Boot overall. 17, 19, 23. He's got 29, 34, 37, 30. What's that? 37 and then 38. We've got 39. Has he not scored in any of these before? It's 39, but 37 of those have come with us. Now that is, I don't know what the record is. I mean, it's Ronaldo, I'm fairly certain, who's got the record, but that's like a crazy number. But there's players who are on like 50 or 60 goals, if I'm not mistaken, and they have like some of the most goals ever in the Champions League. So he's up there with some of the greats in this competition. He must be the best ever. I mean, I don't know how many Andrei Shevchenko finished on. I don't know if we can take a look, but there's an argument that he is, if we go and take a look what's gone on here, there's an argument that this Shevchenko is better than Andrei Shevchenko. If we take a look now, if I've spelt Andrei right, I'm fairly certain it is spelt right there. He is let's take a look. Is this? Yeah, it is him there. I don't know if we can see his history with AC Milan. He will have been a part of that team who won the Champions League in when did AC Milan won it? 2007, and they won it a little bit before that as well. They won it back in 2003, so he will have been a part of that team there. I thought they did do that, so he's part of a great team there. He missed that penalty obviously in the 2005 final that they were 3-0 up in, which was crazy. Lind with a long range effort and he hits the crossbar there, so close to making it 5-0. But there's an argument that this Shevchenko here, our own Yaroslav Shevchenko, has done better than Dynamo Kiev Shevchenko. Surely, I don't know. We'll have to maybe have to go and research that. But we have got an incredible team here. Just need to top it off with an elite centre back, and there is players who I'm looking at bringing in as part of that. But we'll have to see. We will really have to see. It's about having patience, easing into this season, and starting as we mean to go on here in this season, taking a look at who we can bring on here. I think we'll go and make these changes here, just rest these players. We've got a game after obviously the Super Cup final, where we will be looking to go and pick up another trophy. I don't know how many trophies we've picked up here now. We picked up 6 league titles, 4 Ukrainian Cups and 4 Super Cups, I think, so 14 trophies. We've not got that Champions League trophy yet, though, which is the one that we want, and we really need to go on and get. That's just made me think. How many trophies has Shevchenko won in his time? If we can, is there a way we can see competitions there? So these are all his trophies, is it? So he's won 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's take a look. I've missed it here now somewhere. I don't even know. It's quite a lot. It must be about 30 that he's won in his time. Absolutely legendary play. He must go down as a Ukrainian legend by the end of his career. We're 4-0 up here as well. And who scored all four? Yaroslav Shevchenko, number 10. We gave him a lot of trust when we gave him that number 10 shirt when we first came to the club. But what a player he's been. The full-time whistle goes, and it's a Shevchenko masterclass. So the team for this Super Cup final against Dnipro starts with McGonigal in goal. We've got a backline of Lebedev, Kozhenikov and Kortazar, Linden Palladino in the middle. We've got Rodrigo and Rudenko on the wings, and Zaldenrust and Shevchenko up top. There's one player I've missed out. Who's it? It's the left back. Dmitry Popov has returned. He's come back to us from Manchester United. 5 years there. He's played many games for them, but he's kind of been forced out by them now, and we have brought him in back on loan. What an option, and he gets the nod today. Welcome back. Kick-off here in this game against Dnipro, the Super Cup final. That is right, we have brought back Dmitry Popov. We have got 4 left-backs at the club now. Yershov is going to leave us, and Lucho is there. I didn't really consider that fact, but obviously Popov can play on the left wing, but we also have Rysakov, so we are very covered on that left side, let's just put it that way. But it's nice to bring him back if he is a part of this squad that goes on to win the Champions League this year. You know, he was one of the original players we had in the team. He was a wonder kid for us, and he kind of got forced out a little bit against his kind of will because Rysakov was just playing so well, and he went to Man United. I was never going to stand in his way of going to Man United. He's had a good few years there now, 5 years. I think he won. Well, I don't know what he won actually. We should probably take a look at what he managed to pick up. If you're going to take a look at his milestones, he won. He was in the Euro squad that will have won the Euros there. As you can see, he went and won the Europa League, which was nice. He won the Champions League as well, so he's already got experience in that. He also runners up twice in the League Cup, one time FA Cup runner up as well. And at 27 years of age, to have those 2 European trophies under his belt, lots of experience. We could definitely make use of him in this team, and he's a new domestic option at left back for us. With if we ever want to take out Cambindo, give him rest, we can definitely do that now we've got him. And for a loan deal, not too expensive, I think it's a very, very good deal that we've managed to bring him back in, and hopefully he can go on and perform for us and get those minutes, wherever we play him, whether it's in, I think that role that he plays very similar to Cambindo is where he'll go, kind of that free left winger role. I think it will be really, really good. He's our centre back who, in the modern game, there's a big fashion for, or kind of a big movement for having one of the players in the back four step up, and for us it's the left back. I've considered the centre back being the one, but I think our left back is the player who's done that, and Cambindo has definitely got nailed on in learning that position, and I think he's done really, really well. But Popov as well is there to provide competition, rotation, and just be that option who can play there, because Cambindo, he's not in the squad today because he's injured. That's another problem that we're having with him. He's getting injured quite a lot. So to have a player like that, obviously we have Lucho, but he's kind of here as more of a team leader. With Dnipro in here for their second goal. Luckily, McGonigal is there to save. Lucho gives us that leadership, which he's got lots of experience as well. If we take a look, really smart player, mentally 17 leadership. To have figures like that in the squad you can't underestimate the importance of it. And in a time where we've got lots of big personalities, big players who are getting quite, they're having problems with wanting to leave. To have players like that is going to be so important. So two good signings we've managed to make there. The final one now, which should be done by next episode, because obviously we're going to go into Champions League action, is that centre back, and then maybe a few more with the extra money that we have. We'll have to see. Popov with his first involvement of the game, he plays a ball in back post. Rudenko is there, and the header, it goes all the way off the woodwork on that far side from where Rudenko started his header. So close to getting an equalising goal here in this game. We don't do too well in the Super Cup, do we? I mean, we've played quite a rotated team here, giving lots of minutes to different players, but I'm not too bothered. I guess it's a closed competition, so it's not really of massive importance to us, but it would be nice to pick that up, bragging rights and that. It would be nice to do. Rodrigo here finds Palladino. Palladino loses out there. He's a player who's starting to grow in his place there in the squad in the midfield alongside Lynn, but it'll be big for him to have a first full season under his belt. But also the winter break is going to be important as well, because he's joined us in January. He's not really had a big break in the summer, because we kind of don't have that here in Ukraine, so that will be vital. Let's just ease into the season and see how it goes going forward. Palladino is here on the edge of the area. He finds Lynn with the effort, just goes over the bar there. So close once again to getting our opening, our first goal, not the opening goal, but our opening goal of this tie, and showing that we are the best team in Ukraine by a long way. I mean, we're making these finals now, semi-finals, quarter-finals. No other team is doing this, that we are, undisputed here in Ukraine. But if we could pick up this trophy, that would be nice, and that has made it a little bit harder. I know what it is. We're starting balanced, and I don't actually know why. We are quite an attacking team, so we should probably go and change that. We're going to make a few changes here. Puchkov on, we'll take Shevchenko off because he's not really having his best game, and I think Jean on as well on that right side. Just bring in, I mean, you can see the depth that we have. Bench is looking really good. There might be a few more players who I look to bring in terms of the depth. In terms of what positions, I'm not too sure. I don't think there's a perfect player we could be bringing in at this moment. I think we're covered across all areas domestically and also in terms of quality really well, but it just all needs to come together now. Players need to put their egos and frustrations aside. When you get the email saying that these players have dropped their issues with you and they're happy to stay at the club, I need some of them coming through, because it really needs to be the season where we start to win this trophy. And that will only come if these guys set their morale issues aside. I think it's a very influential factor, I really do. If morale's not good, how is the team going to get anywhere? It's all about leadership and stuff like that. Just hope it does come together finally, and we go on and win that trophy. Popov finds himself on the ball on that left side. Can he produce some special moments like he did in the past? He gets it's Rodrigo actually who could go back to Popov. Rodrigo finds Lind here. Lovely football into Kuzminik, who's in the middle to make it 2-1 here. Massive goal from Kuzminik, but what a bit of play it was from Dmitry Popov and Lind and all them on that side who were combining to make it, to make that chance and make it 2-1 here. We've pulled the goal back. Absolutely incredible play. Lind was, he was so important in there. I mean, he's playing a bit of a different role today, because I've not fixed the roles up for, everyone's return. He's playing a bit of more of an advanced role, but if he wants to do that and Palladino goes further back, it could be the way to go. I'm going to bring on Lucho here. Popov's had a good game, but I'm just going to bring him on to give him some minutes, see how he does, because obviously he's there as well. He is a bit of a background character, but a background figure, but he can provide that competition, and we're not going to, stop him if he can do it. Zaldenrust into middle, back post. Rakov with the header. Anyone going to get there? No, they're not. It's cleared in the end. Rakov at the back post. It's usually Cortazar who's winning headers like that, but the other right back won that header, and I'm so unlucky to not convert there. Rakov, Kozhvenikov, Lucho all combining here. Kozhvenikov, the centre back at the moment, who we're opting for whilst we don't have one. Very good player who can continue to develop. He was in the next gen top 50. So clearly a very capable player. Puchkov was a player who was robbed of being in there. So unfortunate that he didn't manage to get in there, because he was actually favoured. He was in the list, like the list that go in before, to actually win the whole thing, and the fact that he didn't get in the top 50 was crazy. But we are producing some incredible talents here, and we've brought one of them back in Dmitry Popov. It's poetic, absolutely poetic, and now it's just a case of getting this squad over the line and finally winning that Champions League. Are we going to win a Super Cup? If we get a goal here, it would go straight to penalties. I don't think the Super Cup is our competition, as we've seen for the last few years. We've got a few minutes left here in this game to try and find a goal. We've made all our substitutions, so we literally can't do anything apart from find a goal here. There's a chance for Dnipro. Lucho wins that back. He's quite small on that side, quite a small figure, but he's got a gigantic personality, which is what we need here in this squad. Dynamics is something I've never really looked at, the hierarchy, but definitely might be an important thing. The difference. Lucho's advancing here. Lucho all the way. Lucho with the shots. What a goal that is by Lucho. The little man on the left has done it. He's got his last minute equaliser here in this game. So important. These left backs and these left wingers, absolutely insane. We have 5 players who could play at left back, and all of them are just incredible. We're going to a penalty, are we? We might not be. There's a free kick here for Dnipro on this left side. We need to stop this threat. There's 5 in the wall for us. Let's see what happens here. In this free kick, it better not be a last minute goal. Surely not. The free kick, taking their time. The free kick goes in, and luckily it does go over there in the end. It's to a penalty shootout here in this game. As we go and take a look at the list of penalty takers here, I mean, when we were talking about the hierarchy and leaders, this is an important thing. You need players like this with the experience who've been in these shootouts. I mean, even with experience, anything can happen in these shootouts. I don't think it's the most useful thing, but dynamics is an important thing, and we need these people to step up now in this situation. These are the takers. It's the original list, and we're going to go straight with this. I have put Jean on the first penalty, but I don't know, we might as well go with our best shooter first. I mean, I usually put the best taker on the third penalty, but I guess we'll just go and go with that for now. It's Jean who's going to step up here, our number 7, into his 3rd season here at the club. He's been so good for us, and he's also a pretty good penalty taker. Can he prove that? He does. He puts it into that bottom left corner and makes it 1-1 here. We are taking first. The team who takes first in a shootout statistically does do better, so it might be quite a tough job here, but if we can come up with a few misses, a few saves from the Dnipro team here, then we could potentially go on and win this Super Cup final. It's Lucho who's going to step up to take a penalty here. He got us that late equaliser, and he steps up and it is saved. He was the hero for us in this game, but he might have just maybe put us out of this cup competition here, and put us out with a chance of winning the trophy, or maybe not if McGonnell can come up with a save. He doesn't. It's going to be Zeldin Rust who steps up next to come and take his penalty. We need a big penalty from him. Our number 9, he's going to step up. Where will he go? He takes it into the bottom left, and that is a good penalty to make it 3-2. We still trail. We need a save from McGonnell now or never. We've never really seen, I don't know if we've had a penalty shootout with him, but it needs to come sooner rather than later. McGonnell, oh, you're so unlucky to not to be able to save that. So close. And now whoever's stepping up, it's going to be Rodrigo, I think, or it's either Rodrigo or Kuzminik, has to score. If they do not score, we are going to lose this Super Cup final. But it's always going to penalties for us, and if we lose, we lose. We can't do anything about it, really. It's not our competition. It's not the competition we're trying to win. Kuzminik is going to step up here to take his penalty, and it does go in to the left corner there. As you can see, McGonnell gives a bit of, a bit of congratulations to Kuzminik, and Kuzminik teammate gives it back to the fans as well. All those Shakhtar fans in the back are going to try and put off the Dnipro player here, who is shooting for the title, for this Super Cup trophy. The Dnipro player against McGonnell. Can he make himself a hero? The final penalty potentially. McGonnell is not able to save. We lose out on the Super Cup final. It's just not our trophy, is it? So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you with this so tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.